What's up, fight fans? Welcome to the UFC 221 or hashtag UFC Perth pre-fight show. My name is Flyin Brian J. Thank you so very much for joining me. I got a co-host, guys. Like once a year, now once every like 2 months, we get a co-host, and it is who it usually is, Andrew, the Clown Kid. Lawrence, what's up, Andrew?
Living the dream, baby. How you doing?
Living in luxury. I'm like one of them Koch brothers.
we were talking about the Koch brothers before the show. We were talking about one of the Koch brothers' sons makes terrific looking T-shirts. Well, terrific by the standards of you, Flyin Brian, and in your wonderful T-shirt you're wearing today. I guess it's not a T-shirt; it's like a button down. I shouldn't degrade it.
Yeah, this is a classy shirt, man. This is a high quality, buttons all the way down. Yeah.
Hey, all the way down? Oh wow. That's a lot of buttons, man.
Yeah, I know. But I only ever do like the top two and then slide it over. Hang it up.
No. Please don't tell me that's the truth. I just feel so terribly bad for like your girlfriend and your mother and any people in your life. And just like they see you come home from work every day and they just shake their head in embarrassment. Like this fucking mook.
Well, it's the truth, but anywho. I also never tie my shoes, so that's something. We got a commenter already.
Do you have Velcro sneakers?
No. I tie them one time, and so they're like tied.
Oh, and then slip them on. Yeah. We've all played that game. No judgment from me.
So what we're going to do, we'll get into the show a little. We're going to go over each fight. We're going to give it a rating from 1 to 5 on each of them. At the end, I'm going to average it out and say what pre-fight letter grade we would give the card as a whole when grading each card individually. We're going to start off with giving it a predicted pre-fight rating from 1 to 5. But before we get into that, the commenter that's already here, thanks for joining, the Zilla, he asked, who is your underdog pick on the night? What do you think, Andrew? Who's your underdog of the night?
God. Underdog of the night. Honestly, the card overall has pretty in between. Like, you know, the fights are pretty even, is what I mean to say. I think the big favorite on the night is maybe the Stylebender, Israeli Adesanya, however you want to pronounce his last name. Don't be getting on the comments.
I done seen ya.
Adesanya? Fine, we can go with that. But all I'm saying is don't be hopping on the comments complaining about my pronunciation of weird last names. You ain't gonna get great stuff from me. Best underdog of the night might be in the main event. Yoel Romero's going off at like a 150, 160 in a lot of books right now. So it's an unpredictable fight. He's an unpredictable fighter. He has clear paths to victory. I'm going to go with Yoel.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And if you didn't know already, viewers, I am blanket betting the underdogs all year this year. So I say all of them. Who's the underdog of the night? Every single one of them. So far this year, blanket betting the underdogs has me up like, I forget. I have it on a spreadsheet somewhere on my screens, but it's like plus 2.15 units on the year. So that's, what are we, 4 events in and we're plus money? So I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, if you're curious about underdogs, sexy underdogs on this card, like I said, Soldier God, Mark Hunt's going off as an underdog right now. A slight underdog. Jake Matthews, the hot Australian prospect against the Leech, he's looking at 130. But the real slight underdogs, and there's some risk in there. I don't know. And then you could also, maybe bet and gamble that Rob Wilkinson just wrestles the fuck out of Israel, and But those are the underdogs that I see that have my eye. I don't love any of them, if I'm being really honest.
The one that you mentioned that I would love the least would be Jake Matthews. I think he is, as Eugene S. Robinson would say, he's out with the woodshed with Chris Weidman. He's a Lost Battalion type of guy. His dad is his coach. He's never improved.
Red flag one.
Yeah. And I think the Leech, where Jake is good is in his grappling. The Leech got his name from that very spot. Plus, I think the Leech is better striking. I like the Leech at a minus 140 bet there.
You know what? The Leech, what's fun about him is that he used to just wrestle grind people, and he got so confident in it that he realizes, man, I don't even have to swing technically. I could just, throw bungalows like a madman. He's basically like a lighter weight Chinese version of Rampage when he was the best, throwing bungalows and then slamming people down when that didn't work. So yeah, I'm into the Leech, man. But let's break down the card. Let's do what we came here to do. Run with it, Flyin Brian James. Give us a rundown of what we got to do.
Yep, we're going to go all of the fights, even the 187.7-pound title of the world, Yoel Romero versus Luke Rockhold, all the way down to Luke Jumo versus Daichi Abe. We're going to give it a 1 to 5 rating. What is your pre-fight rating on the entire card? I'm talking Abe to the Soldier of Goodness, 1 to 5.
Soldier of Goodness, I like that. 1 to 5. I'm always over generous, so I'm going to try to correct for that a little bit, and I'm going to give it a 3 even.
Damn, dude, that's what I guessed you were going to give it. Yay to me.
Okay.
All right. And I want the viewers, we got 13 of them. What's up, guys? Tell me what rating you would give the whole card, 1 to 5, so I can put it on the spreadsheet. I'm going with a 2. And hold on, before we start hating on me, the reason I'm going with a 2 is in life, I'm a planner. I plan things out, and if things don't go the way I plan them, I get upset. And so if I have my expectations at super fucking low, and then they overcome my expectations, then I'm a happy man. But if I were to guess like a 5 and it turns out to be a 4, I'm upset. But if I say 2, it turns out to be a 4, I'm fucking jazzed. So I'm going with a 2, and I'm going to be grading low on every single fight so that I can hopefully exceed them expectations.
This is genius life advice, not just UFC card watching advice that you're laying down right now.
Yeah, I've had the problem many times. Last night, I got some hate from people for I was being like negative Nancy. Well, I had expectations that Yoel Romero would make weight, and when he didn't make weight, I got pissed off about it. So,
but when you expect everything to be a giant shit show, and then it's only like a little bit of a shit show, you're like, hey, man, it's just a little bit of a shit show. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I got to dampen him so that I can be a happier person in general. So I'm going with a 2. I think Stan Jasinski is going with a 2, and the Zilla is being perspective a 2, watching a 3.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely, I'm an overly optimistic person. So let's do it. Let's bring the optimism. And I'm easily satisfied. Let's be honest. This to me, I'm like, hey, it's a good time. I'm not complaining.
I like it. So together, you and I'm a 2, you're a 3, and they're a 2.5. We got it. Fucking just even out there. All right. So the main event, Yoel, the soldier of missing weight and ruining interim title fights, Romero versus Luke Rockhold. Now, this one, a lot of times, Andrew, we've been talking about lately, the UFC has been putting on like 4s in the main event spot. But this baby, 5. 100%.
Yep. No, there's no debate. I don't want to hear it. If you have some sort of contradictory point, if you would like to argue that this is less than a 5-star fight, no, just go fuck right off, because I do not care about your opinion. This is 5 stars. This is the brilliant part. Remember when Michael Bisping was champion of the 185-pound division, we had basically 4 people who I considered like the real champions, and like I always wanted to see them battle each other. Those people were, and this was really before Robert Whittaker, so you know that's why I'm excluding him. It was Luke Rockhold, it was Chris Weidman, it was Yoel Romero, and it was Jacare Souza. And any permutation, I just wanted to see those 4 guys fight each other, and all those different things that we could see. And we never got to see this one. This is one that was kind of escaped us for a while. So I'm excited to see it. I love Yoel Romero. I'm a well documented Yoel Romero mark. He might be my favorite fighter, period. So that helps me be more excited for this card. It's clearly weaker in the middle, but if there's some action fights and I'm hanging out and I'm having a couple beers, smoking a little bit of the devil's ganj, then we're having a good time, man. I'm signed up for the Yoel Romero fight, and as long as that delivers, I'm a happy camper.
I too am a huge Yoel Romero fan. I don't know if I could say that he's my favorite fighter, because I also love Daniel Cormier, and both guys a little bit because of not only their fighting style but their character. Like Daniel Cormier on the microphone, he's jovial, he's happy-go-lucky. I like listening to him, and Yoel Romero is like a Ninja Turtle in the human body.
That sounds like turtle?
Yeah, he's a character in and of himself. He doesn't even have to try. Like Conor McGregor projects like this image of like wealth and greatness, and Yoel Romero is just like himself, and yet he's definitely unique.
Every single time I see a video or read a clip of Yoel Romero, or even hear him interviewed on like the MMA or something, I get a smile on my face. There's just something electric about the dude's personality, and he's weird and all like Cuban. He's got that heavy Cuban accent, and he knows English well and probably understands it very well, but like clearly struggling with the speaking part. It's hard to learn new languages, especially when, people say Yoel Romero is 40, but that dude could be 55. you know, those Cuban birth certificates are shady as hell. Is Yoel Romero 40? That's crazy to think about too, right? He's like the most fit-looking 40-year-old dude I've ever seen in my life. You know, steroids. But I don't care about all that stuff, guys. What I'm here to do is see a lot of cool, interesting people who look like Superman do awesome shit. And every time I think about him, I saw it live, him kneeing Chris Weidman in the head so hard, and then like German Nazi marching around the cage. I just get so happy. It makes me so excited. God damn it, this is going to be a great night. Can I get this 10? Can I give this 10 points?
Let's we can give it. We can go over a 5 if you'd like. We can go with like a 6.
No, 5's fine. Keep it at 5.
Right.
I don't want to ruin the mathematical integrity of this show.
Viewers, as we're going, once I start saying the matchup that we're talking about, I want you to start putting in the comments what rating 1 to 5 you would give that fight specifically as well, so I can get that in there. I'm assuming that you guys are giving the main event a 5, and if not, you know, just click on out of here. Skedaddle. But yeah, Yoel, you're talking about how old he is. The fucking handsprings he does and the backflips let's be real, he's like a 220-pound man when he's not cutting weight, right? 40-year-old 220-pound man doing fucking handsprings is insane to me. I want the people in the comment section to tell me, if Yoel Romero was a Cuban Ninja Turtle, what color would his like bandana accessories be? Red.
And also, well, dude, we already got a red. Okay, I guess like he's a Cuban Ninja Turtle, so they're their own clique. Right. Okay, if there's a Cuban batch of Ninja Turtles, Yoel Romero's one. Who are the rest of the 3 Cuban Ninja Turtles? They can also be Cuban Americans, just to make it easier. I'm going to say Jorge Masvidal is like the Michelangelo of the group. So I've started you on there. Get in the comment section. Tell me what other Cuban Ninja Turtles you're into.
Yeah, I just said he would be the red one because he feels like most like Raphael. He just feels like the Raphael guy. The kind of, you can't tell him really what to do. He's the bad guy.
But he's also kind of,
that's for sure.
Yeah, he's happy to be there. He'll come in there and you know, fuck a dude up for the team. Yeah, sure. He's the Raphael of Cuba.
Matthew Caldwell says yellow.
Okay, I'm into yellow. Who's yellow in the Ninja Turtles? Is that no? Michelangelo's like orange. There was no yellow. I guess he could be yellow. Yeah, I'm into it, man.
I say, if we're just disregarding the Cuban nature of this, and we're really getting off topic.
Way off topic.
I feel like we could have Anderson Silva in there as the yellow one. We're just doing middleweight Ninja Turtles.
Like this. This is better. This is a better idea.
Yeah. Andy the Spider's yellow. Yoel is red. We've got Leoto the Dragon needs to be in there, I think.
Get him in there. I'm into it. I'll consider him an 85er.
He's green, which doesn't like blend well with the skin tone of turtles, but it's green.
Camouflage. He's a ninja.
Well, he could also be yellow because he drinks his pee. God, it's tough. It's tough.
It's a lot. Well, like, what if he was like not hydrating a lot? So like, you know, your pee gets that dark orangey color. Then he could be orange.
Yep. Okay. So then Leo's that. Anyway, main event's fucking awesome. Do you have a pick? Do you think Yoel's going to get it done? Do you care that he missed weight and made it not interim? That's a lot of questions.
Flyin Brian. You know I do not give a fuck if anyone makes weight or not. This is cage fighting, man. People, do you step on a scale before you get to a fight at a bar? Nah, dog. This is I like it old school. Open weights, crazy shit happening. Oh, he missed by 3 pounds. That shit don't matter. I mean, yeah, sure, it does matter, I guess, in like the sense of like competitiveness and fairness and all that. But I'm not about that shit. I'm just here for a good time, guys. Yoel Romero will. There's very little he could do that would make me think less of him. So yeah, missing weight, not a concern. I'm gonna pick Yoel Romero. I didn't bet him, even though he's the dog, and even though I did say earlier in the show that he was my favorite dog, but I do think that he could get it done because he has that wrestling to rely on. You know, Luke thinks that jiu-jitsu game would help him, but I think, you know, he'll be shocked how much damage he'll take on the bottom if he lets some takedowns to Yoel.
Matthew Caldwell doesn't think that the main event is that good. I know he's feeling a little bit salty because it's for an interim belt and one guy can't win the belt, but stylistically, it's absolutely phenomenal. We've got Luke Rockhold, who is a jiu-jitsu wizard in the middleweight division, probably the most well-rounded mixed martial artist that's competed in the middleweight division, facing the most explosive and the most like wrestling savvy guy that's ever been in the octagon. it's just the style clash is fucking insane. And Yoel can take a massive punch. He got clipped right on the face by a shin from Derek Brunson and just like walked right through it.
Like
and
a tic tac.
And Luke Rockhold, got hit by a pillow fist and went to sleep against Michael Bisping. Just the dynamic of this, amazing.
It was a good shot that put him out. I know he's pillow fisted, but it was well timed. Yeah, I don't know. Luke Rockhold, whenever I think about his jiu-jitsu prowess, I always think about that awesome inverted triangle submission that he hit. What was that against? Timmy Boach.
Yep.
I don't think you can hit that against Yoel Romero. But Yoel Romero's wrestling pedigree he's the best wrestler that's ever been in the octagon. That is not a slight against anyone else. That is a fact. This is a man who has beat Cal Sanderson twice. So stop it, guys. He is by far the best wrestler that's ever came into the octagon.
Matthew says he's defending himself a little bit with the circumstances for the pay-per-view is dumb, and I don't disagree that I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. You know my rule. And we've gone over it in the show for newer viewers. If people come over, it gets purchased. If no one comes over, we watch it by other means. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase. So tonight it's just me and the wife. So it's looking like other means is the way it's happening. So yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if somebody wants to ask me how to use other means, I'm not here to teach you how to use the interwebs.
Oh, no. Go right ahead and fuck off. It's called Google. You can figure it out in about a minute and a half.
Yeah, I've had many people DM me, and I'm like, I'm not going to help you. Sorry, dude. If you can't figure it out, I don't think you deserve to do it.
Yeah, that's the only barrier to entry is be savvy enough to know how to internet.
Right. So if you're under 50, you got it. I believe in you.
If you're under 50 and you don't got it, you got problems. You want to talk about this co-main, baby?
Yeah. I suppose somebody's asking what time the prelims start on Fight Pass in exactly 23 minutes from right now. There are 3 fights on the Fight Pass prelims. Ross Pearson, Mizuto Hirota, Teruto Ishihara versus Jose Alberto Quinones, and Luke Jumo versus Daichi Abe. But we're talking about the co-main event, which is behind the paywall heavyweight fight between Mark the Super Samoan Hunt and Curtis Razor Blades. I'm really pumped for it. Not nearly as pumped for this fight as I am for the main event, but this is my number 2 most look forward to fight on the card. It's got a fun dynamic, an up-and-comer in the heavyweight division, 26 years old. Curtis Blades, we need youth in this division. And then, of course, Mark Hunt, who's the king of the walk-off knockout, who has a storyline behind him with hating the UFC, with saying he's going to sue people that fail drug tests and stupid shit like that. If Curtis Blades were to lay on Mark Hunt like fucking Brock Lesnar did, it's going to suck. But if Mark Hunt can land a lead left hook on Blades and hurt him, it's going to be a 4, and I'm going with a 4. What do you think?
The only reason this doesn't get a 5-star rating for me is that Mark Hunt is aging slightly. I adore Mark Hunt as a man. He has probably one of the greatest stories as a person in MMA history. I very much encourage. I hate recommending MMA books. They're all universally terrible. He didn't write it. They say he wrote it. Some ghostwriter wrote it. But Mark Hunt's book is phenomenal. There may be not a more redemptive tale in all of MMA. So this fight's a 4.5 for me, just because of Mark Hunt's presence. You add into the factor Curtis Blades, young up-and-comer, might be the future of the division, only had a loss to Francis Ngannou, fought like 4 times since then, and that was only like a year ago that he lost to Francis Ngannou, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 2. But anyway, there's a lot here to digest story-wise, and great fights are great narratives. So it has a pretty good narrative, and it stars Mark Hunt, who's just a fantastic person. So yeah, 4.5 star, whatever, point stars, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, you can call them whatever you want. Call them weed leaves. 4.5 weed leaves.
Hey,
do it. Yeah. The commenters, I'm not gonna harp on you too much, but you're being a little slow on giving me your 1 to 5s. So I'm gonna put you right between Andrew and I, and you guys will go with 4.25.
Pick it up, commenters.
Yeah, let's do it, guys.
FJB can't get mad at you, but I can get really mad at you. Or yeah. FBJ.
Whatever. Flying Jeffries Brian. It's fine.
Jeffries Flyin Brian.
Yeah, just mix it all together.
Going.
4.5 for Matthew Caldwell sounds good. All right. But I already gave you a 4.25476. Anywho, next is a heavyweight fight between Tai Tuivasa versus Cyril Asker. Is this pay-per-view worthy? How excited are you for it?
No, it's not pay-per-view worthy. But is it a bunch of big fat dudes swinging heavy leather? Yes, it is. Does that tickle my fancy? You got it. So I love watching big dudes, and I love watching big dudes doing dangerous stuff. So I'm a little bit of a mark for this fight, but I am tempering my expectations. Cyril Asker, I used to really like the idea of Cyril Asker fighting, and slowly throughout time that's fallen to pieces. The Walt Harris loss. He lost even to Cannonier. So, I'm not all that into it as I should or would have been, say, circa 2015. But I am into it because it's big dudes fighting. I'm going to give it 3.6. A little bit more than 3.5.
Pretty high, man. Viewers, what are you giving Tuivasa versus Asker? I'm going to go, I got to dampen my expectations. I'm negating a point from whatever I would give it normally because it does not deserve to be behind the paywall. But I think that Asker's being brought in here to lose to Tuivasa in Tuivasa's backyard. And sometimes that's shitty, like with Michael Venom Page, that kind of old. We want to see him actually fight a contender, not just crush cans. But in this case, it's Tuivasa's second fight ever. It's like he's going to do this for his whole career. And I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see if he could. Last time he finished the fight with a flying knee. A heavyweight finished a fight with a flying knee. You got to love that. But I would give it a 3. I'm going to knock it down to a 2 because I do not like that I feel like I'm paying extra money to watch this fight. Now, there are some other fights on this card that should be on the pay-per-view portion, but I understand putting some of those fights at the end of the prelims to get more people over to the pay-per-view. But Giovanni Zisselman is giving it a 3.5.
Hey.
Both of you guys are pretty hyped for it. Welterweight fight, Jake Matthews versus Lee the Leech Jingliang.
Man, I like the Leech. I'm into it. I'm not so into Jake Matthews. We talked about the red flags earlier. Was that on the air when we were talking about it?
I don't remember.
Okay, so it's fine. If it was a quick rundown, the Celtic kid, the Celtic kid, whatever way you want to pronounce it, Jake Matthews, his father's his coach. Really, he started in the game super, super young. I wouldn't be shocked if his professional career started like when he was 19 or something. But the treads wearing off there. Lost to James Vick. God, I feel like that was decades ago now. It might have been forever ago. But then more recently, lost to Kevin Lee. Lost the follow-up fight after that. I forget to whom. But the shine's coming off the penny here, and he's really at a young age. So I'm not loving. He's 23 years old now, something in that range, 22, 23. So he's really got to get into that mature phase, but I don't think he's growing enough as a fighter. So that dampens my expectations for it. I do like the Leech. He's throwing bungalows. He's being a goddamn shit-eating wild man. So I can appreciate that a little bit. So I'm going to give it better than 2.5, which is, our median score, and I'll stick with the 2.7.
2.7. I would give a 1 for Jake Matthews and like a 4 for the Leech.
Hey, so I like that.
Yeah, because I think that Jake Matthews, he doesn't want to strike. He doesn't want to do it. He just wants to hug dudes and win fights with top control.
And he's not exciting on the ground. He's not a submission threat, and he's not really devastating ground and pound. When you think about devastating ground and pounders, he's nowhere near that technique.
Right. Yeah. And people think sometimes they're like, oh, you just hate grappling. No, I love grappling, but they have to actually do it. Grappling is not just holding a dude down for 15 minutes. I want to see guard passes, submission attempts, ground and pound, mixed all together. Even if somebody was a striking specialist and they Lyoto Machida, he just wants to do enough. That's not that exciting. Do that same thing on the ground, either place. Standing on the ground, not doing enough is always boring. So, and the Leech is the complete opposite of that. On the ground, he's guard passing, he's ground and pounding, he's throwing his inhibitions to the wind. He does not care about defense in any realm of the fight. Spinning back fists when he's tired as fuck. Guy is a hoot. I think he's going to win this fight via finish, and I'm excited to watch that. So the average between 1 and a 4 is 2?
2.5. Yeah, add it together, divide by 2, 2.5.
I'm gonna go with 2.75, given that extra quarter for it to the finish coming from the leech. Yeah,
That will
adding
be
that
fun.
back in.
When he pounds Jake Matthews' face into the canvas, I'm gonna be pumped.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's gonna be fucking great. But what sucks is that's gonna kill my underdog bet. But you gotta do it. Gotta do it.
It's got to be done.
All right. They're gonna go. All right. Whatever. Now this fight is kicking off the pay-per-view portion. Tyson Pedro versus Saperbek Safarov.
Okay.
Do you care at all?
I am so happy that you pronounced that name and that I didn't, right? Saperbek Safarov, the guy who has entertained you and lit up your television screen for years now. I think that the only thing I know Saperbek Safaron, whatever his name is from losing to John Vellante. I will repeat myself, for losing to John Vellante. Stop it. Tyson Pedro's actually done some interesting shit that I've seen. I remember him beating Paul Craig. That's like the one that sticks in my head. He's probably beat some other people. I know he lost in his last fight, but he lost to the horse lord himself, Yair Latifi. No shame in that. No crying about that. So yeah, this fight seems boring as hell. I'm hoping Tyson Pedro though, kind of bullies around and has a good hometown showing. So I'm not going to give this like a 1, but I'm going to give it a 2.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the potential here for if Saperbek Safarov can be a punching bag for John Vellante, who's very limited in his skill set. He should be a fun punching bag for Tyson Pedro, who is really green but has a dynamic skill set and could really shine if he was just like hitting a heavy bag like Saperbek Safarov could be. And if that's not the case and Safarov wins, it's not like Safarov is going to wrestle Pedro like Yair Latifi did. So it could be a fun action fight with minimal technical skill, but like a high level of violence. And who doesn't like that? I'm still going with the 2, mostly because I don't care.
Yeah, remember, fights are about stories. The best fights are stories in themselves that you don't need context for. That's the best case scenario. Those are like the narrative twists and changes. There's none of that there. There's no narrative. This is just dudes fighting. And it's indicative of what's happening in the UFC as a greater whole.
Yeah, and it fucking sucks. Like there's almost no narrative. There's what this fight card has 2 narratives on it, right? The main event and co-main event. The rest of it, like there is some narrative on Jussier Formiga versus Ben Wen, but other than that, like there's nothing.
Yeah, there you go. No narrative, except can Luke Rockhold be more of a douchebag?
I don't.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. He could be.
Oh God, I thought he was already peaked.
Oh, no, we have yet to reach zenith of asshole.
Yikes, that's kind of embarrassing. Viewers, while you're here, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I don't know why sometimes YouTube blocks comments. Matthew just said LOL and YouTube blocked the comment. Sorry,
I find that very offensive. You're blocked forever. How dare you laugh out loud at me? I'm not to be laughed at.
Speaking of fights to laugh out loud, this is the stupidest segue. I'm making shit up. But this fight, Damian Brown versus Dong Young Kim, is the last fight on the prelims, and it should be a barn burner. It should be war. It's meaningless war, but it should be fucking awesome.
I'm sorry, I missed you a little bit. What fight are we talking about?
Damian Brown versus Dong Young Kim.
Oh, against the Maestro. Yeah, this is going to be fucking epic. I love this.
Damian Brown's coming off of a fight of the night loss to Frank Camacho, and Dong Young Kim was in the fight of the year against
Polo Reyes.
Marco Polo Reyes. So you got guys that always are in fight of the night contenders. It's ending the prelims. Damn it. I said at the beginning I wanted to dampen my expectations.
We're telling you what to be excited, man. This is what the show's all about. We're getting you pumped for the card, man. Everyone wants to be down. Everyone wants to be a negative Nancy. Not here. We're trying to be enthusiastic.
Peter Nicholson, how long till the fights start? We got 10 minutes until they start on Fight Pass, and then there's 3 fights there, so probably like an hour and a half on Fight Pass, and then let me fucking
8 p.m. Eastern will be the start of everything on Fox.
Yep, okay, I was right.
FS1. Or if you're in some weird country that's not America, that whatever place you normally watch the prelims.
Yeah, we got an hour and a half of Fight Pass prelims that start in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, Peter. Okay, so yeah, I'm giving Damian Brown versus Dong Young Kim a 4.
Oh yeah, I want to give this a good score too. I thought that this is an exciting fight. I'm being really generous today, so let's give it a 4 too.
And Damian Brown is low key, really, really active on social media. So like
I don't even follow him.
It's Beatdown 155 or something like that.
Oh yeah, his nickname is Beatdown, so that makes sense.
Yeah, Damian Beatdown Brown. I think Beatdown. Yeah, it is Beatdown 155. That's his Twitter. Yeah, he's very active. He will respond to things that he's like mentioned in that he like wasn't tagged in. You know, like you say his name without tagging him. He will interact with it and not be like a sourpuss and stuff.
Oh, that's fun. That's good.
Yeah. He's not one of those guys that goes around like talking shit to people who badmouth him a little bit on Twitter. He actually seems to be generally active, and I like that about a fighter. Not like, who's that guy that you don't like, does it too much?
Chase Sherman.
Chase Sherman. He's over the top. Damian Brown's like the perfect level.
Right away when you were like, guy you don't like, I'm like, Chase Sherman.
Yeah.
No hesitation. Knew exactly who you were talking about.
Yeah, Chase Sherman's a little over the top, a little obnoxious with it. But
Chase Sherman on social media is like your ex-girlfriend who like used to text you 45 times a day.
Ugh, fuck.
Except the Twitter equivalent of that. So
and thinks you're doing something that like would hurt her feelings, but really I'm playing fucking PlayStation. Like I can't answer.
I left my phone in my jacket. That's all that happened, hon. But you know, like I didn't mean to not answer your texts. My phone was in my jacket. That's all.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading a comment. Yeah,
I know you got.
I used to know somebody. I played a lot of Call of Duty. Right, games are like 10 minutes long, so I literally would not text for 10-minute increments. And so after like 4 minutes, they'd be like, "What? Why aren't you answering me? Why aren't you answering me?" Like, bitch, I told you, I'm playing 10-minute games. I will answer between them, and then I have 1 minute between games to answer you.
Women don't understand the hard prerequisites involved with online gaming.
I know, and like since 1997, you can no longer pause video games.
Not online ones. That don't make no sense. Why do women not understand that you can't pause an online video game?
I don't know. They need to take a class on it. Anywho, Rob Wilkinson versus Israel Adesanya. It's Adesanya, but Adesanya.
You see what I'm doing here with my arms? I'm bending the styles, Flyin Brian.
Yeah, like the wacky waving inflatable arm man or whatever.
That's who the UFC should sign next. No, I'm pumped for the style bender. I'm pumped for Israel to get out there and do what he can do. If you've watched or had any kind of casual interest in Glory Kickboxing, he's a Glory Kickboxer and probably one of their more entertaining fighters. I think he just lost in a title bout against him. Against someone, I forget who. Maybe it was Van Nostrand, someone. But he lost that fight. He's been waiting to make the change to MMA. Has a record in MMA. I think it's fairly decent, undefeated. But you know, he fought on regional shows against decent talent. Biggest name is he knocked out what's his face, Melvin Gillard, in a horrible mismatch. But it was good for him to get a named fighter before he went to the big show. I'm really excited for this. I don't think he can wrestle. You know, that's the clear weakness here. But I'm not thinking that Rob Wilkinson's going to try to wrestle him. So I'm thinking that this could be a lot of fun. I'm hoping it's a lot of fun. I'm going to get a good, excited ranking to this of 3.8 because there is the possibility, and it's real, that Rob the Razor decides to take him down and just hold him.
I like it. I was going to go 3.75. I was watching some Adesanya highlights before we came on here just because I heard a lot of hype about this dude. So I'm like, okay, I want to watch it. And yeah, he's very flashy in his striking, and it's fucking awesome. If he doesn't get held down, it's going to be a great time. Very fluid.
Human highlight reel, like the personification of a human highlight reel. That's Adesanya.
He's like, well, this is just my perception. Just thought this up. He's the Michael Venom Page of the UFC now.
Except I don't think they'll give him the easy coast. I hope that they actually Scott Coker him and like give him the slow, at least for the first 2 years, because he probably needs the time to get his grappling and his wrestling kind of up to snuff.
And he's going to be more exciting once he gets to like a high caliber opponent with a lot of confidence. So we give him some, like he's obviously a really confident man in general, but maybe he'll lose a little bit of that moving to the octagon. Let's give him some octagon confidence, and then he will continue to just be a human highlight reel. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 3.75.
And the man's funny on the mic. Check out on middleeasy.com. We did a quick clip of him. It's like a 1 minute video. It's a goddamn GIF size, really. And he's so funny in that 1 minute. So yeah, check it out on middleeasy.com. Shameless plug.
No, that's fine. Yeah. And also, if we're not getting to the end here, follow Andrew on Twitter at the Clown Kid. He writes for middleeasy.com. Does a lot of great shit over there. I saw that I done seen you said that there's a new dog in town. He's the new dog in town. He just pissed all over this place.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the clip I'm talking about. He's so funny. He also has a giant Deadpool tattoo, like all on his side. It's noticeable. It's not like a Deadpool tattoo that you're like, oh, is that like a little Deadpool head? No, it's the whole side of his torso.
Yeah, it's pretty lit. I know you're not a huge fan of tattoos, but I like it a lot.
Oh, I like tattoos, but I like good tattoos, and MMA seems to be plagued by fucking terrible ones.
Right on. Hey, speaking of fucking terrible, this is a nice segue. This is a good one.
Good one.
Jeremy JBC Kennedy versus Alexander Volkanovski. And it's not terrible, but I saw a lot of people on social media like this is one of their fights to watch. This is one of the most exciting fights of the night. Jeremy Kennedy hasn't finished a fight in like 6 years. Volkanovski, in his last two, they were decisions. And in his post-fight interview, he said that he was playing it easy. He didn't want to go for the finish and overexpose himself. So he went the easy route and just kind of bump and grinded his opponent. Like, fuck that.
Way to get fans. Way to get fans,
yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
People, fighters who just like don't understand the entertainment component of this business still just baffle me. Jeremy Kennedy, Canada's hope to be something. God, Canada needs some infusion of MMA talent. I guess he's undefeated though, right? And he's fought in the UFC a couple times now, once or twice, something like that. I don't know. I'm not entertained, so I think I'll remain not entertained. Volkanovski, I honestly just deleted directly from my brain as soon as he fought. Have I ever watched him fight? I don't know. Probably, because I watch every single UFC card. Can I tell you a single thing that happened in any of them? Absolutely not. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. And okay, so I exaggerated with Kennedy. He hasn't had a finish in 3 years. 3 years in like a month.
Okay. You could have told me 8 years and 3 months. You could have told whatever. I've never witnessed him do anything noteworthy. How about that?
Right. Yeah. So I'm going with a 0. No, I'll go with a 0.25.
You know what? That kid went into Brazil and beat Honey Jason.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a tip of the cap for that. But you probably wrestle grind fucked him, and that's why I probably just got upset and was like, I hate you, Jeremy Kennedy, because I like Honey Jason. So, Jeremy Kennedy, you have my respect, but not my love.
So you're going with a 1?
Yeah, this is a 1 all over. Yeah. 1.
All right, we got 2 minutes until the fight starts, so we went a little long.
Rapid fire. Let's go.
Okay, the next one is Jussier Formiga versus Ben Ten Nguyen. I'm going with a 4. It's divisionally important. Both guys are fun.
Yeah, an actually exciting fight. Ben Nguyen's kind of emerging. Jussier Formiga is kind of that, staple of the division. I'm kind of excited for this too. Not quite 4 excited though, so I'm going to give it a 3.75.
Ross Pearson versus Mizuto Hirota.
Yeah, this is my favorite bet on the whole card is Ross Pearson. Lay the juice on him. He's a minus 150. Go out there and put like 4.5 on it, and see what you can get. I think that this style matchup really does favor Ross Pearson, and they're looking to give him a win. Hirota, kind of, is it possible that he's already washed up? I do think that this fight will be somewhat exciting, though, so I want to give it better than the 2.5. So I'll give it a 2.8.
I'm going to go with a 2.5. I'm not going to give a reason. Teruto Ishihara versus Jose Alberto Quinones. I'm giving a 1 just because I've lost care for Ishihara. I feel like he doesn't care to get that much better, and so he lost me. Yeah, 1.
Yep. His game has failed to evolve as his kind of name and as his spotlight's grown. But Quinones is kind of a fucking wild man. And talk about cool tattoos. He has an awesome like chest piece tattoo. So that gives it better than a 1 for me. So I'll give it a 1.6.
Nice. I like it. I like it. And the curtain jerker can be no lower than a 2 because it is the curtain jerker. Luke Jumo versus Daichi Abe, and it is going to be a 2.
That's your rule. That's not my rule. This is a 1. Who cares? I don't even. I'm losing touch, man. I don't fucking know who the hell these people are.
Yeah, and I do know who Luke Jumo is, but he was very underwhelming in his last fight. So, final grades, I gave it a 2.77. You gave it a 2.98, so damn near a 3. You were 0.7% off from your prediction. So,
hey,
wow, that's
living
pretty
the dream
fucking
over
incredible.
here, man.
Well, I know Luke Jumo versus Daichi Abe starts in a couple of minutes, but we have to get to our predictions for Fight of the Night performance bonuses. Viewers, I want you to say them as well. I'm going to screen cap this, and I'll tell you afterward if you guys were right. So, Andrew, what's your prediction for Fight of the Night and performance bonuses?
Okay, let's really think this through. Ben 10, Juicy Formiga Fight of the Night. Israel Adesanya knocks out Rob Wilkinson for a performance bonus. And let's say the Mark Hunt turns back the clock and knocks out Razor Blades for the other performance bonus. It's me being a Mark Hunt mark, but whatever. Don't judge me, internet. Don't judge me.
So I done Cena and Hunt, all right. And Brian is gonna give. I'm gonna go Fight of the Night to the main event. I'm hoping that that's Fight of the Night. Main. Okay, let me write that shit down. Okay, and then my performance bonuses are going to go to. Yeah, I think I done Cena. I know I'm mispronouncing it. I just like it. I done Cena. And then my second performance bonus is going to go to. You know what might be Fight of the Night, really? Damian Brown versus Dong Young Kim.
Really could be.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a performance bonus to Ben 10 when he knocks out Juicy.
Ooh.
And the viewers, how long until the main event? Somebody asked. Like literally 6 hours.
Months and months.
We're probably literally 6 hours, right?
But figurative years.
Yeah.
Emotionally, it'll take you'll age a lot. We're all going to be better people by the time the main event's here.
Holy shit. I got so many people that commented what they're predicting for the performance bonuses that I'm not going to be able to screen cap it in one screen cap. Well, that's pretty neat. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it for the whole show, guys. Andrew, thanks for joining me. Do you want to give a plug again for where they can find you?
Yeah, sure. You can find all my writing at middleeasy.com. You can find me on Twitter at The Clown Kid. You type in all 3 of those English words, spell them correctly, and you get access to the best tweets in all of MMA Twitter. Boom. Thanks for having me on, Brian.
No problem. Thanks for joining me, Andrew. I'm on Twitter at Flyin Brian J. I'll be right here again on the YouTube channel. I'm doing the same thing. I'll go over to Facebook, be like, hey, go over to the YouTube channel, please, please, please. Then I'll come to the YouTube channel, do a post-fight show where we'll recap what we just talked about and some of the action that happened on this event. I'll see you guys after the fight card. Be safe, my friends. Namaste.
Bye.